All right. All right. How's everyone doing? Hopefully well. Hopefully well. Let's see. All right. So, we have stuff to do today. Let me just open up a terminal really quickly. I think I'm going to learn WesTerm, so I can tell everybody how it is. Everybody on the Discord didn't. This was one of the possibilities out there. WesTerm. None of us knew. None of us knew how it was, so we're gonna give it a try. That's one of the things we're going to. We're gonna make a work item. Learn WesTerm. We're gonna see how well it does. I've used me personally. I don't know how to pronounce it. Alacrity maybe Alacrity. That's one. I just start typing AL and then I hit enter. So I couldn't really tell you exactly what it's called. But we're going to learn WesTerm. Now, what we're going to do today, we're actually going to get TensorFlow set up. Flow. Let's see. I also want to. I was gonna do MXNet. I really like MXNet, but I think MXNet's true power is when you're wanting to do a distributed, where you're wanting to do lots of GPUs, and yeah, I can't afford that anyways. So I think we're going to skip that for right now, and we're also going to set up PyTorch. And the other one that's a possibility is scikit-learn. I think it's scikit-learn. I think it's that. We'll search it in just a second. Scikit-learn install setup. So we're going to learn to do some machine learning, and specifically we're looking to under these ideas. These are the ideas that we're working on. We're looking for something that does an auto YouTube timeline generator. So basically, for my news, people really want a timeline, and I never have a timeline for it. So we're wanting to work on that. Yeah. So that and my next Rust lesson drops tomorrow. I'm actually a little bit nervous about the next Rust lesson, to be honest, because a lot of people really liked the first one. And it was just like an introduction. I thought it was really stupid. But it by far has gotten the most views and likes of any video I've made, and it's only been up for like 3 days. So now I'm really nervous to make another one because yeah. So yeah, my next one, I don't know if it's the greatest thing that I've done. I don't really like it. It was difficult. I cut it down. I'm gonna actually make some bonus content because I cut out some stuff just to make it shorter because it was getting too long. And so I think I'm going to actually have to make my lessons a little shorter. Because they weren't, when I recorded them and actually explained the things, they weren't 10 minutes. They were longer. So like I said 30 episodes, it might be more than 30 episodes, which I'm not going to tell anybody until we get to the 31st episode. People are going to be like, "Hey, wait, we were supposed to be done. Why are we not done?" And I'm going to be like, "Yeah, joke's on you. Joke's on you." Uh, so I have a pretty like overall plan, like, and I've written like the things I want to cover and some of the code for the different lessons, but I haven't recorded all of them by far, and edited them. So like it was hard for me to guess about how much content was 10 minutes of time. I guessed wrong. I guessed wrong is all I'm going to say. Okay, let's. All right, so we're working on this. And we'll probably work on this Discord bot soon, especially because that's actually the final chapter of my Rust thing is building the Discord bot, and I want it to be the Discord bot that we kind of run. So, anyways, okay. Let's start with this. Well, we're learning WesTerm. Let's look at that WesTerm. I'm gonna put this one in progress. This one's gonna stay in progress for a little while, but So the cool thing is, if it says Windows 10, I bet you it runs on Windows 11. That's my bet. I could be wrong though. I think if it does, and I learn it really well, I've really liked Windows Terminal, but I think I'll give it a shot on there if it works on Windows 11. So, anyways, let's see. I think it's fine for right now. The only thing I was going to look at is if it has some settings. It doesn't have any settings, so I think I have to do everything through a file. I was going to change the font because that's what I generally do. I like the hack font. I find it easier to read. But I think, yeah, configuration reference. Yeah, which I actually like the configuration file. I do like it if they provide a UI, and I realize that providing a UI is a lot of work for somebody already just doing this in their spare time, so I'm not going to ask for it. But I do like it when they have a UI that gives you like the initial easy configuration just right out of the box. But yeah, anyways, it's Lua, which is always a joy. I've never really learned Lua. I just always stumble through Lua as I go, so we'll do some more of that. All right. Oh, yeah, fonts. That's what I need. Let's see. WesTerm bundles, JetBrains Mono. Powerline extra symbols is good. All right. How do we make it bigger? I guess we can just try the standard there. We'll just enlarge it that way. That's good enough. That's good enough. Nothing fancy. I just like to make it larger for stream. All right. Cool. All right. TensorFlow. Let's start with TensorFlow. Now, I think Arch actually has a TensorFlow package, so we'll just look for that. Arch TensorFlow. Ooh, do they have one with the GPU? Ah, with CUDA. It's the Python one, which I think we're just going to do this all in Python. I am not good at Python, so that's... Yeah. All right, let's see. It's in the community repository, library for... All right, let's see. Let's see if there's a different one. Arch Tensor... This is the one I saw. Now, isn't TensorFlow... Yeah, TensorFlow 2 is the one we want. What's the difference between this one and this one? I'm not sure. Not sure. Let's see. Now, the other thing is, am I going to have to... This might be where I bite the bullet and get into Yay, because I think these are community packages, which... Now, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. This is how I did it. And I think this is where Yay actually shines fairly strongly. And let me actually pull up let's do Arch Yay. If we go, let's jump over to did I put caps lock on? If we go to AURSs, that's where I put it. This is where I installed WesTerm, but what I did to install WesTerm was I had to clone the Git repository, so we can cd into that. And then I had to build packet and then install it. So now if I want to update WesTerm, I have to do like a git pull. So you can actually see in here, if we do git status, that I did this package build in this directory. And so that's what I think I'd have to do with something like this is I'd have to pull the git repository, build it, install it, and then if I wanted to update it, I do a pull on that repository, git repository. I do a build, and then I do an install again. I don't love that, and now maybe my my ability of Arch. I'm sure, and I'm hopeful that Russell comes in correcting me because I'm learning Arch. I'm learning Arch, but I think that's where Arch comes in, or where Yay comes in. Yeah, it has Git. It uses Git, Pacman, Go. So it seems to be doing some of these things for you. Yeah, and it was weird because you build it, you also have to get the dependencies yourself for the thing. So like it wasn't real great. Let's see. And I think there's other things out there. I just have heard of Yay, so like um so I was going to give it a try. See, this is what you have to do to install things in Arch, which I don't know, just but let's do this. We'll go ahead and install Yay because I think this will make everything else easier. That's my understanding. I could be super wrong. Oh. So in this make package here, uh the I is for install. You can actually do Pacman install if you'd like, and you can do just make package by itself. I don't know what the S is for. Yeah, I don't know what the S is for. I just blindly copied that one. That's super boring. That's super boring. Let's continue on with our arch. I think we'll just do this one, like the straight TensorFlow. No, I think we'll do this one. I have a CUDA enabled GPU, so we should. I don't know why it says Python. That worries me. But we're probably just using Python anyways. It probably just comes with the Python one. Uh, Monjaro is based off of Arch, right? I don't know. There's so many Linux. There's 2 new ones this week. Oh, well, we can do this. We can do this. Proceed with installation. Yes, please. All right. Which should be. Yeah. It's a 2070. So I've wanted to get. I built a whole new computer except for my GPU. So I had a really old computer and kind of a modern GPU with the 2070. But the newest GPUs, I just don't know. I have been really underwhelmed. I'm looking at like the 4070, like the new one that's just releasing, but even that seems a little underwhelming for the price that you're going to pay for it. My entire computer build was just a little bit more, and like I'm talking about nice power supply and everything than what I'll pay for the GPU. I don't know. So maybe I'll just stay with the 2070. Now that being said, I've actually had some problems with this 2070. Like it might be dying. I haven't even mined Bitcoin with it, which is a shame. Absolute shame. Actually, so our heat went out. And I was joking with my kids. I was like, this would be the best time. We had electricity, we just didn't have heat. Like, this is when I should have a GPU farm for mining Bitcoin. I would have produced heat that I needed and mined Bitcoin to help pay for that. All right. Then I simply install the right version of the driver through Pacman. I did that already. Let's see. Oh, he uses Yowert. Yowert, which I think is like Yay. I think Yay and Yowert are about the same. Um, oh boy. Hopefully none of you know what? I'm just gonna go with this. I'm just gonna go with this, and we're gonna hope for the best. Oh. We might also have to resize a partition. This is an interesting graph. Never actually seen this. The computer just popped up and said I was running out of space en route. Now, I think user was installed its own partition. Not USR, but my user was. So I don't think that this is a problem. I think it has its own small partition, but it shouldn't really be expanding. So we'll see if this is actually a problem. I've never seen this screen. This is interesting. This looks like a CPU die. Okay, well, we'll deal with that if I run out of space. It's on a big drive, so it shouldn't run out of space. Okay, so let's see if we can't use Yay to install this. This right here. Let's learn how to use Yay now. Arch Yay. I think it had just the same -S. You did Yay -S. All right, forget that. All right, let's see. All right, so use yay y GenDB to generate a development package database for Git packages that were installed without yay. Ooh, so this means yay can start to I did Wes terminal without it, so maybe it can start managing those itself. That would be nice. I don't want to manage those anymore. Let's try that. Okay, so yeah, we can see that picked up Wes term. Nice. Okay, so it picked up Wes term, it picked up yay, and it picked up Visual Studio Code. So, cool. It seems to have found the things. I didn't do these. Zlib, free type 2. I didn't do those. I'm wondering if those were dependencies for like Wes had to. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't do these. Oh well, it seemed to have worked. Cool. I guess this is how you check for updates. We can do that. Cool. So this is the cool part, is this community, because I think all of the things that are in that community package. Ooh. You guys ready to do a live update? Let's see what's in here before I blind it. Curl is updated. Firefox. Nice. GDK. I'm like starting to say $5 that this goes wrong. I have heard where you get into a lot of trouble is when you wait too long. So it's only been installed a week. Let's go yes. Now, the new OS that's coming out, what is it? Vanilla, or yeah, I think it's vanilla. Well, what was that? It's supposed to be Ubuntu with Arch on top. So it's a little confusing mixture of everything, I guess. I'm not sure. I do believe that using Arch for a little bit is going to make me better at Linux. I've always had a problem with that. Everyone knew Linux better than me. So like I know Linux better than non-Linux users. So you're just Apple and Windows users. I know Linux way better than them. But then like the real Linux users, at least they know their way around standard Linux things a little bit better than me. Um so I think this is going to help, I think. We'll see. This is why software streams are boring. Hey guys, let's watch this. Actually, I would say while it's doing this, let's also install something else, but that's actually a classic way. There should be like an install lock anyways. It shouldn't let me. I'm not going to really want to test it, but it shouldn't let me install something else while this is happening. Actually, while that is going, what we can do is come back over here to work. So we're starting with TensorFlow. Yep, we'll be working on that. I think I told you guys last time that I was going to set up my lights and my sound panels, and I didn't. All of last night. I was working on the next episode of the Rust class, and I'm behind on the Kubernetes release notes, so I need to do another Kubernetes release notes. So I don't know that I'll get those sound panels up anytime soon. Let's see. This is still going. It's going faster now. There we go. All right. So To make development packages updates permanently enabled. Not sure what that means. How do I install something? I think it's just -S. I think. Let's see. Well, let's just ask Yay. Yay. Oh. No. No, that it's not. So Pac-Man uses Ash for uses Ash. Pac-Man uses Ash for sync, which means install effectively. Do they have an install? Wow, there's a lot of options. A lot of options. I just really want to know how to install something. Oh, capital S is for sync. There we go. Capital S. That's a capital idea. Not lowercase s. That is. So I'm just gonna try to just do this. This probably won't work. Yay. Capital S. Python TensorFlow. You know what? I'm kind of upset that that worked because it wouldn't have worked with Pac-Man. And it didn't work. Okay, so not enough. So is Yay installing into the root? So this is where the root file system issue comes in. I think we're gonna have a problem here. I think, let's see. The only thing I know right here to do is df-h. The H is for human readable. Let's see. This is the one that it's mounted on. I think I've screwed up. Oh, okay, okay. So it's mounted on. Interesting. I don't know what I've done here. Not sure. So a lot of the space has been allocated to the home, but these are installing in the root. And so when I install, I'm taking up root partition is what's happening. Now, this is interesting because this is not the actual NVMe drives. This is partition 2, partition 3. I was going to say this is the NVMe drive that it's on because I actually have 3 NVMe drives on there. I have an NVMe 1 in 0, which is the Windows. In 1 is the Linux, and in 2 is unused at this point, but it's supposed to be a shared drive between the Linux and the Windows. That was at least the idea. Haven't set it up. Whole new computer. Just setting everything up. That's the idea between it. So hopefully both Windows and Linux can boot that, and that way I can actually like record a video on this OS and save it to that file and that drive, and then I can also use it and edit my videos in Windows. Now, I shouldn't have done this. When I installed Arch, I knew I was asking for trouble when I did this. I installed Home on its own partition. I love the idea of Home being in its own partition. So all of my junk is in its own partition. But it always does this to me every single time I do it. Where root. And then it's like, how much do you give root? And so now it becomes a dance of I give root a little bit more until it complains of being out of space again, and then I give it a little bit more. But if I just go and dump... Now, obviously, I have plenty of space, so I'm probably just going to go... I don't remember the commands to do this. I have not done this for a long time. I think actually there's like a visual partition manager. Gparted maybe? Gparted. It's not installed on this system. Well then. I would say maybe I can install it, but maybe I don't have enough space. Let's see if Pacman -S Gparted. Let's see. Can I install it? Sweet. Gparted. Gpart. There we go. That's an interesting thing. On Ubuntu, applications I install through apt show up immediately, whereas with this it actually takes some time. All right, let's check this out. Can we do it through this? Why are there all these exclamation points? This does not look good. Can you embiggen your UI? I need... No. It's going to be super small for you all. Super small for me. All right, let's see. We need stuff moved from here into... Wait, let's see what partition was... let's see. df-h. I always do dh-f. I always try that command first because so I always think of inversing it, and then I get the right one. df-h. Okay. Let's see. This is weird. This is... So root is part 2, home is part 3. Look in here, we have... Okay, so yeah, this is lining up. So part 3 here is our home with the 2 terabyte. And part 1 here is the FAT32 root. Wonder why it made... Oh, it's the boot is the FAT32. I was going to say, I didn't make anything FAT32. It's the boot partition that is FAT32, and then the root is partition 2. So this is the one that we need. Why does it say it's... Oh, wait. This is NVMe0. Oh, I'm glad we didn't do anything to this. This is my Windows drive. I was like, why does it say Microsoft Reserved Partition? Holy cow. Okay. Well, I almost got myself in trouble with that. We're on NVMe 1 in 1, not in 0. I told you that's how it was laid out. Okay, this makes more sense, I feel like. Why can't I change how big these are? Okay, so home has the 1.2 terabytes. Root has 20. So, is this easy to do? Let's try this. Resize this. I can't because there's no more space on the drive. Okay. Let's resize this. Resize. We're just going to make it smaller. Make you smaller. Actually, this probably is important that these two are beside each other. Oh, this is going to suck because if we make this smaller from this side, this is going to be fragmented. Can it even do that? I don't know that if it can even do that. I have not formatted a drive or reformatted a drive. This is why I don't do this. All right, let's just try it anyways. Resize, move. See, I can't free space beforehand. Why can't I use these? I can only do free space following it. So like, let's do 5 gigs. Nah, it's not allowing me to do that either. What have I done? All right, I'm gonna have to Google this. I have no idea. I might need to reinstall. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I haven't done this in a long time. Let's see. I'm just going to Google increase. I'll Google it on this side. We can look at it together. Linux increase. I do know how to increase swap. Root partition. So my only worry is that I hate it when it says you have to restart it right now. So dumb. All right. So my only skip that. No. No. Just let me go back to what I was doing, Firefox. So my only worry here is this right here. Is that I don't know, and I could be wrong because I haven't been doing it. Is that you have to have the space in between these two drives? Like I can't chop off a little bit of drive from here and like reorient it over here. Maybe you can, and if you can, then we're fine. If you can't, and I need to move this, I think what it would have to, which reinstalling might be easier than this, I would have to cut this drive in half, move this data over to the new partition, and then add this partition to this partition. This is why I never do the root separate, even though that seems like the perfect thing to do. It's just not. Do I have to unmount it before? I might need to unmount it before I resize it. That might be why I can't do anything with it. But let's just Google it first before I make a further fool of myself. Did my stream stop? Shouldn't have, but it could have. Oh well. Linux resize root part. Oh, Medium. This should be a great article. You know, sometimes people write really great articles on Medium. Sometimes. Okay, so they're going to use fdisk. Fine, I can use fdisk. So this is my fear. The one should delete the partition and recreate a new partition again with the required size in the same position. That's my fear. If Chromos, this process had to use a custom Debian image and boot a VM on Azure. The size of the image is around 3 gigabytes. And the size of the root device, I'm sure about 10 gigs. Now, what you can do is you can do like a virtual, I didn't do this, a virtual file system on top of the file system, which is probably a good idea. I didn't do that. Hmm. So this is going to be the problem is I can, let's see, I can delete this and then make it the exact same. And so I shouldn't lose the data here and smaller. But the problem is I can't expand this partition onto this free partition over here. At least that's my understanding of it. You know, you have your boot drive at the very beginning sector of the drive. This is just how the drives are laid out. I don't know why you have the unallocated megabyte buffer. It probably has something to do where this has to start, like the first partition after has to start, you know, at 500. Actually, it makes sense at 512, like 512 megabytes. So at 512 megabytes, this is where the first one starts. Let's Google a little bit more. So we really probably should install a virtual file system on top. I did this once at SUSE, and then I screwed it up pretty well myself. Wait. Did my internet die? Shouldn't have. This laptop. All right. I mean, you guys can actually still see because it doesn't go through this. My Arch networking is fantastic. It really is. Some of the best best networking ever. Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna reinstall Arch. Tempted to do Ubuntu. It just works for me. Let's lspci. I am continuously having problems with let me turn the wireless on. Probably won't help. Oh look, the Wi-Fi is working. Check that out. Oh. 1 second. Let me not show my password. I don't know if that's the right password or not. That is the right password. I guess it's the password to my wireless network, which isn't shared by anything else. Yeah, and it won't connect to it. Perfect. Beautiful. Everything else have wireless? Yeah. All right. Yeah, this is my problem. Oh. Now maybe it's frozen my computer. Arches. Treating me well. Treating me well. Do I have the install stick still? We can just try to install it right now. 1 second. Let me check. I think I do. I think I do. I think my computer is beyond repair. I don't know. The networking on this has seemed to be very finicky. So sometimes it likes the wired connection, sometimes it likes the wireless connection. I've never actually had Linux not like a wired connection. You can see I can't interact with it because it's asking me to authenticate to connect to the wireless, and it froze trying to do that. It's weird. The mouse is still working, but it's wanting. Oh, so looking at like the Ethernet, it last time we looked at it, it looked like it loaded the graphic driver, or not the graphic drivers, but the drivers, and they should just work. So they were loading firmware, or not firmware, but drivers, and the drivers should just work for both of these. Um, but that seems to not be the case. I would do like an IP-A, but I can't because I can't. Okay, so let me hard shut down my computer. Let me plug that USB drive in. Let's install. It's actually kind of neat because I think this will be fun. Oh, you know what? My computer is shut down, by the way. That's awesome. So the stream should still be alive. I didn't commit the code for episode 2. Oh boy. Oh boy. Episode yeah, part 2 of the All right, I'm going to just restart it without reinstalling first because we're going to commit the code. I'm actually interested to see what you guys can see here. Like in the BIOS screen, I don't think you're going to be able to see anything because it's just on the main monitor and it only shows the secondary monitor on stream. So I'm going to flip over. But yeah, I think you guys would just see no signal. Yeah. Just can't see this. If we were going to do something where we're going to do a lot of this, I can probably flip it around. It's at an actual physical cable though, so like yeah, and if you're saying something in chat right now, I cannot see you because I don't have any of it up because my computer gave me the middle finger. It could also be I hope that restream is not restarting the stream. That would be weird. It should just continue on. I'll have to check on what it's actually doing because it's going down. It's window here, but it shouldn't need the window, so I think it's fine. Hopefully it's fine. All right, let me check that code in, and then we're going to reinstall really quickly. Because we're about to nuke this entire area. All right, cool, done. Now I can restart. We can reinstall. I also probably should have done this I need to look through all the settings because this install has not been particularly painless. So yeah, let's go ahead, reboot now, and see what we can do. See what we can do. All right, gonna power off. And now I can plug this in. Need a light. I'm gonna go around. I did not design that to plug stuff into the USB. Not at all. All right, let's install this. I'm not sure you guys are going to be able to see because I'm not sure it's on the right monitor, which is going to stink, but the install shouldn't actually take too long. I say shouldn't. We'll see. All right, boot menu. Not that. This one. Oh, you know what? Gah. All right. Maybe I'll do that. I think that I actually overwrote it. Gosh. Okay. I don't think it actually has. It doesn't have a boot partition. It's not. Shoot. Yeah. Okay, so I should still have it though. I should be able to make a stick out of it really quickly, but it doesn't have Linux on it anymore. I had to update the firmware on something. What was it? Oh, I had to update the firmware on my motherboard. That's what I used it for. I was gonna say I do remember using it for something. That's what it was for. Okay. So I'm going to reinstall all this behind the scenes, and then we'll start again Tuesday. I think I'm done live streaming my failures in life. Yeah, I did update it with a BIOS update. Shoot. And see, that's what I called it. Let's see. You guys can see this, yeah. Let's see. All right. Let's see. There we go. Arch Linux. Open that up. Can we just there we go. Fantastic. Yep, I don't know. I might be done for tonight. can't even see stream. 1 second. Let me pull up. See if I can't find if you guys have said anything. This is pretty weird. I feel like Restream has been cutting out. My Mac has been streaming the entire time, but it says that I've been live for 5 hours. That's wrong. Wait. Are you not going to let me see chat? What? Oh, there's chat. All right. Wow, my hair got a little funky. Hopefully I haven't been streaming for 5 hours. All right. That's done. So now we can restart again. Fantabulous. Fantabulous. This new motherboard has a very small window to interrupt its boot process, which is really nice. It's a really fast boot process, but also really painful if you're trying to interrupt it. And I even did the not quick boot, and it's still like maybe 2 seconds. At first, it was so fast that I literally just had to be spamming the button because there was no way to like see it and then click it at the I just had to get lucky. It was the worst. All right, it is on the wrong screen, so I can't even show you the install. Although really there is not much to see on this. I don't think I can move it to the other monitor. And like I said, it's a physical cable. There's not a whole lot to see to this. It's pretty much just a text-based. It's actually going to display it on all of them. So here we go. You guys can actually see. That's fantastic. I guess I'll finish this off with you all, since you've seen me miserably fail at everything so far. Why not watch me fail to install Arch? Now, they have this touted graphical install, which I never got to work, but they do have just like a install Arch command, which is like, maybe that's what they're calling their graphical. It's really just text-based, but it like guides you through the install instead of like copying stuff to partitions. So, I'll take it. But yeah. So this is their installation. And the really weird thing is they don't even tell you how to I think it's called install Arch. No, it's Arch install. You just type that. But that's kind of weird to me. Like, they didn't even tell me to type that. That's something I had to look up and find. There's no way I'm making this bigger for you all, so I apologize if anybody actually watches this. I also can't see the stream, so say something. But it's for everybody else. All right, mirror region. We're just gonna put. Let's see. There's. I thought that there was Canada on here. Oh, okay, yeah. Canada. Keyboard layout, US English. Let's see. Drives. This is where we need to go. All right, so really important. We're going to overwrite our Arch install, which is this one, the NVMe 1 number 1. The NVMe 0 number 1 is my Windows install. This is the one. This is the one that's going to be shared. So always a little nerve-wracking when disk layout. We are going to use ext4. Would you like to create a separate partition for home? No. Whew. There we go. We fixed one problem with our install. Encryption password, none. Systemd bootctl. That seems fine. Yeah. Yeah, we don't need grub. Swap, true. We'll leave swap on. If we run Kubernetes, we'll deal with that. But we're not going to run a true Kubernetes anyways. We'll just use kind or something, so it doesn't matter. Swap is true. Host name will be Arch Linux. That's fine. No root password. User account. Add a user. That is a very weak password. Yes, Merrick should be a super user with a weak password. We'll confirm and exit that. Profile. We want a desktop profile. Yeah, desktop. And we're going to go with the GNOME. We're going to install i3 afterwards, I think. I like i3 better for streaming. I think we'll get GNOME in a place where we can do it, but we'll just do... I don't know what half of these are. Sway is i3 for Wayland. I don't know what Qtile is. I've heard of Mate. I've never used it. I think it's like a Windows-like. KDE is but Enlightenment, never heard of Enlightenment. I have heard of Dpen, but I've never actually used it. Cinnamon I've heard of. Never heard of it. Never heard. BS Spawn, maybe. Awesome. Don't know. We're going with GNOME. Let's just go with GNOME. All right. Select the graphics driver. We're doing the NVIDIA. We're going to do the proprietary. I always have the better usage of the proprietary. I know NVIDIA actually released some open source stuff, but I've never actually gotten that to work well, probably just because I'm not great at it. Audio, we're just going to use, they want to use Pipewire. I'm used to Pulse Audio, but I'll go with their default. Kernel, let's see, Linux. Last time I went with the LTS. I'm just going to go with Linux this time. Additional packages, we're going to go with Firefox. Network configuration, we're just going to go with... Okay, so this is where maybe I should do copy ISO network configuration to installation. So that's like the network that it's using current. At least this is my understanding. Don't take me. I am not an expert here, and I'm sorry. I know it's small and hard for you guys to see, but I'm assuming when they say copy ISO network configuration, it's the network configuration they're currently using to make this installation. I went with use network manager. I'm not. Now, don't go with no network configuration. If this is you, don't do that because that has ramifications. I think I'm going to go with use network manager. It works with GNOME. but I don't know if it's what's getting me in trouble. I don't know. Time zone is I'm in let's see, America, New York. New York. I can just do slash to search. New York. There we go. Optional repositories. I did the multi-lib, but not the testing. All right. Now, I do think that this is pretty cool, where it's basically just a file describing the install that you want, and then you go ahead and do it, because this could make making a bunch of servers the exact same really awesome. We'll see. We'll see if I ever get it to work properly. I know a lot of people are going to go make fun of me now. There's probably somebody that's going to post about how I could have resized my partition. Probably some way. I don't know. Magic. Even here, I have done some more of the partitioning stuff with specifically with SUSE's Leap, where you do like the virtual file system on top of like Btrfs, because they're really big into Btrfs. That's like Leap's thing, or SUSE's thing. But I've done that where then you put the virtual file system on top, and it actually works pretty well. But I've never done it from the command line, so I wouldn't be comfortable just trying to do it here manually, like manually setting up the partitions. That's not going to happen from me. Now, what we might be able to do is do that after this, though. So basically, we have one partition, and now maybe we could make a virtual file system on top of that one big partition, so then we could do that. But I'm just not sure. It's my dev machine. I'm just fine with slapping it all in the same partition. You know what? Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So no need to get fancy. Every time I get fancy, I end up regretting it. Oh man, this means I have to two-factor authenticate, log into everything. That's more of a pain than reinstalling some stuff. Especially since I started to install stuff via Yay. Yay seems to be nice. I'm on board with that. This is actually kind of cool though, how I can actually stream this. I feel like we could do some stuff with this with like Arduinos and stuff, where basically anything with an HDMI output, I can intercept. And so I could stream some of that stuff. So as we're doing some of the machine learning, and if we do some stuff with like whatever recognition we want out of video, I could probably actually stream the video out that's going to the computer. That might actually be pretty cool. This is exciting. This is exciting stuff here. We're on the bleeding edge. That's what Arch is. The bleeding edge. You're literally bleeding. Literally bleeding. Well, sorry I didn't get to actually installing the thing that we wanted to install. What we need is an AI OS installer that just installs it perfectly for your hardware. That'd be more helpful than the AI coder. Gosh dang it. I got all the AI coders set up so that when we're writing code on this, you guys could see how well they do and the things they do, and we could discuss them. So I got them all set up with Visual Studio Code install. So I'll do that this weekend too. Maybe I'll do a Saturday stream if I have the time. I'll have to see what's going on. Maybe I'll do a Saturday stream and just bust out some of the stuff anyways, because I got to get it reset up anyhow. So like maybe I'll do that. Wait, did it say it installed Wayland? I don't know. I need to get... I wonder if they have an app for my phone to see chat. Let me check. Usually it's just on my other monitor. Doesn't seem like it. I can pull it up on my tablet. I wasn't prepared for that. If I'm ever prepared to do something where my computer isn't going to be able to have it displayed on the monitor, I will go ahead and do it. But wasn't prepared today for this. Wasn't planning on doing this. I thought we were going to start getting into some TensorFlow, running some models, but no, not today. Not today. I can make you stop watching that. I don't know that looking at my face is any better, especially because you can't really chat with me. I'm chatting with you. I'm a horrible streamer. All right. On that note, tomorrow's Friday. I hope everyone's going to have a fantastic Friday. I hope that you have a fantastic Friday. I hope my Friday is going better than my Thursday evening. I'm going to jump off of here, see what the wife is up to, and you know what? Hopefully, you all have a fantastic weekend. And I'll see you Sunday for the news. That's actually probably my best stream. Not a great streamer, but that's probably my best stream. If you haven't checked it out, you should check out my news. We just cover software engine news. We're going to cover the new Linuxes that are out there. You can also come to make fun of me and my inability to Linux. Yep. All right. See y'all.